Hey, so my brother and I are here at CSU. We're doing some training, doing some vaults, doing some calisthenics, some plyometrics. And I wanted to give you a really great drill for developing explosive power with your jump, or just developing strength with your lower body without having to use weights. You don't need any equipment for this. All you need is a simple box I'm going to share with you. Because especially for me and Thomas, this is one of the drills that we would use a lot when we were first training. And this is something that I actually picked up from the founder of parkour, David Bell. He was always using bodyweight movements, and one of the exercises that we saw him doing when we first got into this type of movement was depth jumps. So jumping from a block, jumping down, jumping up, doing calisthenic type movements, except for he added kind of a unique parkour twist to it. And by following these type of exercises, we were able to not only increase our jump, but increase our leg strength, our joint stability, because these exercises are really going to push you on your joint stability so that you have safe joints. And by following these, my brother and I were actually able to develop to a really high level. We started doing commercials. For those of you that don't know, we got into parkour, started doing commercials and stuff, and we were actually able to train with David Bell and work on a film with him because of this training that we did, that we learned from him from the very beginning. So it came back full circle, and so I wanted to show you what we did to get to that level with our calisthenics training and jump training. Now, for these exercises, I'm going to show you the advanced version first, and then after that, I'm going to go over the beginner version that you can do. All right, so I'm going to be demonstrating these exercises on a small ledge. Now, you can use a box, you can use pretty much anything that's elevated. You just want something that's about knee height or a little bit above. That's what I'm aiming at. And of course, as you're a beginner, you're going to go slower with all of these. You may not jump as high on all these, and that's totally fine. Take the beginner variation and just start slow. So with all of our jumps, we're going to be doing jumping exercises. With all of our jumps, we want to land right at the forefoot here. We're going to be absorbing, using the ankles as a shock absorber. As we land, we're going to bring the hips back and align our body and stack our joints at the beginning and absorb with the whole body, so that way we're not injuring ourselves and doing things like that, and we're building good form. So the first exercise is going to be a box jump, except we're going to add a little more to it. So the first jump, we're going to jump on top of the box. You want to land as soft as you can, and then we're going to drop back down and come back up to that explosive jump right there. So that's what we're going to aim for the first one. Back and forth, up top, back down. Just doing that. If you can't do that yet, go slow. Focus on the landing and come back up. The second one is we're going to do the same thing, except now we're going to really test our stability and balance on the landing with one leg. So we're going to jump up, except instead of landing on both feet, we're going to land on one leg. So we're going to jump up, one leg. Drop down, jump up, one leg. So we're going to be switching legs, really focus on that balance and stability as we land on top. The third drill is going to be an explosive jump, but using one leg the whole time. So basically like a stair jump or stair step, except we're going to jump at the top of it. So we're going to start like this, one foot on top. We're going to explode up, switch legs, and come back down. Now, as you come back down, you want to make sure that you're not just dropping down to the ground. You really want to land slow, almost like you could stay here and do an eccentric, slow movement down. And that's going to really help us with that one-leg explosive power with our jumps. The next one is we're going to be testing our side-to-side jumps. So for this, we're really going to test our stabilizers for our joints, and we're also going to work on a different jump. So we're jumping side to side, but the important thing is that when we jump, we don't want to land off to the side. So we want to make sure our jump is nice and close. We're nice and soft, especially on the landing down. We don't want to jump too far out that way, because that's going to put too much pressure on our joints to the side. Basically, you just want to jump, land straight, and come back. And so you'll be jumping side to side. And what I like to do is have my arms come back on the landing so I can pump them back up for the jump. And of course, you'll want to do both sides. So those are the 4 exercises. You want to mix those up, because by training those, that's where you develop into learning things like this. So for example, you could, once you get that box jump down and you're able to get that explosive jump power back and forth, you can do things where you can jump plyos from here and have a really explosive jump. The next thing is the step ups. That means you can do more fun things where you can run, jump really high, come back, and do things like where you're doing one leg or you have to precision somewhere. And then with the side to side jumps, there's a lot of times where you're running through something or you're having a vault over something and you're not going to be landing perfectly straight. You might come off to the side a little bit. And so that exercise is what's going to help you develop those legs, develop the stability, and have a really explosive jump. Now, of course, those are more advanced variations. That's just where you can take it. You can definitely go to beginner level like I talked about, where you're just going slow. You're doing the same jump, so you do the side to side, but you're just going slow. Maybe you do a lower box, and then you can step down. You don't have to take the big drops or anything. You start very small, gradually build up. As far as the step ups, you could just be standing and coming back up, building the movement patterns as you get better, and then you can do it more advanced from there. So there's always beginner options. So hope you enjoyed this video. Just wanted to share with you some really important tips that helped us out a lot with our jumps and our joint stability, things like that, and we'll see you in the next video.